Hi guys, Glad Dad here. I got a special deck profile for you guys from this Sunday. We had a big OTS championship. It was about 43 to 50 people. And they were giving away prizes. Top 3 got a trophy, top 4 got play mats, and then top 8 got a field center. Well, good news is I made top 8. I went 4-1. Technically, I went undefeated. The one round I lost, round 2, we decided to just roll for it because we had a draw, and I didn't want the draw. So, but as you guys can, see with the mat, you're probably guessing what deck I already played for the OTS tournament. Like I said, I did really well. My matches were round 1 was Synchro Eldritch. Round 2 with the draw was Sid, Shadal, Invoke Dogmatica. And then round 3 was Sky Striker. Round 4 was a 60-card Warrior deck. Round 5 was Cyber Dragons. So, I managed to, essentially go undefeated. But I went 4-1, and I took 7th place because of horrible tiebreakers. But, we got this nice field center, and it's the first OTS Championship that I've topped in, so I'm excited. Unfortunately, I didn't do it with Glads. At last minute, I decided to go with Prank Kids because the deck itself is, like Pac said when he won the YCS, it's just a very good meta call right now. The deck plays very well. It's very good against a lot of the meta decks at the moment. It's a very solid deck. I love it. I've loved them since I released. You guys have seen them on my channel previously. So, I've been a big fan of the deck ever since I released. But, enough being said, let's go ahead and we'll just hop right into, explaining why I play these cards. So pretty standard starting off. You're going to play, 3 of each Prank Kid. 3 Fansies, Dropsies, Lampsies, and Roxus. This one is the Foolish Burial. It's a special one. This one lets you gain 1,000, a special one. This one burns for 500, a special one. And this one banishes a card from your hand and draws a card, and then specials one. So, I always normally like to use this one last. When you're going through the combos. That's it for the Prank Kid monsters. So the other monsters that I decided to play, I want to thank Pac for this. This was a nice tech I picked up off of Pac, was the Parallel Exceeds. I didn't even think about this. This card is so helpful with chain blocking your Link 1 to prevent them from ashing or ghost spelling your first Prank Kid, which is really, really nice. And then the rest is pretty standard annoying stuff. Since you're playing 15 one-card starters, you can afford to play 3 Valor, which is really good right now because of Tri-Brigade and other rogue decks. This is just... I do not regret playing this over Imperm, because, I've only got talent. Somebody only talented me once yesterday, so I definitely would rather stick with this over Imperm. Then Triple Ash and Triple Bell. These are the only hand traps I play. I do play some more in the side deck, but these are the main deck ones because I believe these are the best 9 hand traps right now in the format. And then onto the spells, I play Triple Prank Kids Place. It's one of the best chain blockers in the deck, and it gives you, hand advantage by just letting you add a Prank Kid if you don't have one. Then I play a Triple Pandemonium, quick play fusion. Again, I've seen some builds play 2. I prefer 3. I like having the Prank Kid, any fusion card really. I like making sure I have a fusion card in hand, so that way if they do manage to stop the first fusion, you have another Prank Kid in hand. You can just use that Prank Kid and this and the Meow Meow and still go into Rocket and still keep playing. Only 1 pranks. You only need 1. You search it off of the dodo, or not search it off dodo. You dump it off the first Fansies and then add it back off the dodo. 2 Polymerization. I was playing 3, but I really wanted to cut something down a little bit so I could add in the extra hand traps. So I was testing and I cut this to 2, and it actually worked pretty well. I still saw it quite a bit actually, even at 2. And then for the people that can't afford this card, I play this right now because it's a very heavy hand trap format. But most of the time you'll side this out going into game 2 just because your opponent probably knows you're going to side this in. So I normally change it up and take it out, but normally I would take one out inside and just play two. Because this is about your best out to Dragoon in this deck is Talents or Droplet. Then a lot of the one-ups I played was, I played the one Harpy's Feather Duster. I main deck this because it is so free if you see it and you lose the dice roll. One Monster Reborn, which this actually gave me game in round 3 against Striker. It's a really, really grindy matchup. I think we only had like a couple minutes left on the clock, and we were just bantering back and forth at each other, you know, like he'd attack, I'd attack, he'd attack, I'd attack, and we're just clearing each other's boards. I made access code and then tried to OTK him, and he lived with like 300 life points, I think it was. Between somewhere between 300 or 700. Sorry, it's skipped my mind right now. He outed my access code on his turn, and you know he took it and killed me and everything, or not killed me, but attacked me and all that, and didn't kill me. When he passed, I top decked this, and this is he just scooped after this because I summoned back the access code, pop his stuff, and just kill him. One call by, 1 for 1. One instant fusion. They're all free cards in this deck. I feel like it's a pretty standard lineup for the deck, to be honest. We'll go ahead and hop in the extra deck real quick. But before I show you guys the extra decks, I do want to shout out my buddy Sean DeLuca for just helping me get my hands on this, gorgeous Prank Kids National playmat. I've loved the deck since they came out. It's just another fun deck I like to play on the side of when I'm not playing Glads. So I really just adore the artwork on these cards. You can find he has a channel at Dreadmaster Gaming. I've been featured on his channel over there before, so go check him out for a little bit. He actually took first place at the event yesterday with Drytron, so go leave him a like and a follow. Well, let's go ahead and get into the extra deck now. Pretty standard. You'll play the triple Meow Meow. This is why this deck is busted. It's the Link one. It gives you 2 Regekis, 2 Harpy Feather Dusters. The card is bonkers. I see them. They could hit it in the future, to be honest. They really, really could hurt the consistency of the deck. Triple Dodo, because it's the second best Link in the deck. It's also, I think, it's got one of the best artworks in the deck. But other than that, it's funny. I like this card. It adds a Prank Kids card from deck to Speller Trap from deck to hand, and then you contribute it to add 2 back from grave. Which, if you guys want to see a combo video about this deck, do let me know in the comments and I can make one. I play 1 Bow Wow, and then I play 1 Rocket Ride, and I play 1 Weather Washer. The Rocket Ride is basically Weather Washer, but on your turn, you'll target 2 non-fusion Prank Kid monsters in the grave and special them back to the field. Weather Washer does the same thing, but on your opponent's turn, and they can't be destroyed by battle. And then Bow Wow does the same thing Dodo does, but on your opponent's turn, he tributes himself, and then all Prank Kid monsters you control this turn cannot be destroyed by card effects. And then for the big guys, we play the 1 Butler and the 1 Ripper and Roaster. I've seen some decks not play this one. I like this card too much not to play it. It is a Harpy's Feather Duster. Normally it's easier to play it if you do play the 1 trap card. What's the 1 trap card? The Prank Kid trap card. I can't think of the name of it right now off the top of my head. But I normally like playing 1 of the trap card, and I might find a way to work it back in this deck because there are some times that it's just basically a reset button when your opponent attacks you. You can just shuffle everything back and drop the attack of their monster, and it could help you during like game-ending situations. But it also gives you all your resources back especially if they out the pranks. And then the 1 Butler, obviously he's your double Regeki, so he's pretty standard. And then into the extra deck monsters that are not Prank Kids, I played the 1 Nightmare Phoenix. This is fantastic if you get Contact Seed. This is like one of the best things to do. Or I would make my Dodo, and then I would make this co-linking it to the Dodo so I could draw a card and pop a back row. It forced so many back rows before I decided to try to end the game. The 1 access code, if you can't afford him, use Boral Sword. This deck can whip out Boral Sword just the same. I know he is like $180 right now. It's utterly ridiculous. I really wish I would have hung on to my other copies and sold them later on. I never thought he'd reach that high. And then the MVP of yesterday, Dweller. Hands down, this card and Parallel Exceed were absolute MVPs. Going first, I seen Perla exceed so much, I would just drop them, go into this dude, and if they interrupted me any other time after that, they would still literally get their turn shut out, which is, he's too good. Oh, sorry, bumped it. Then last but not least, Totally Awesome, which I've almost thought about cutting this. He just does not come up as much. He really does not. Great card, easy to make in the deck, but it's really hard to make him if you don't have the actual regular poly in hand. So as much as I like the card, I may cut it to something else. That's it for the extra deck. So let's go ahead and run through the side deck real quick. I played triple Twin Twisters, back row. I like this card of, I would side it more than Storm right now, just because a lot of people are main decking Order and stuff, and you can respond this to Order. So, dropping three dropouts. These are, you know, a little expensive. They got a little cheaper since the OTS reprint, but I played this over Dark Ruler because this does not stop Lampseas. If you Dark Ruler, you cannot Lampseas, so it kind of hurts your prank kids going off. Three Nibiru, pretty standard, you know, rogue matchups, prank kid mirror matches. Unfortunately, I did not play any fortunately, I did not play any mirror matches yesterday. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 other people playing prank kids at the event. I believe I was the only prank kid player to top, but it was mostly because of, I think, tiebreakers. I'm not 100% sure on the whole tiebreaker thing. Still trying to figure out how that works. You know, I was stoked and happy that I made, you know, top 8 and got a, you know, prize for it, and that I could bring you guys this fun deck profile. I do still play Storm, even though, like I said earlier, I sided the Twisters more than Storm right now, because Storm I mostly side in if I feel like you're going to build a big board, because this just helps me crack the board or forces a negate. That's really all it's ever used for. And then last but not least, 3 Droll, which I think only came up in 1 game. It was against my last round against Cyber Dragons, because they search a lot. But mostly, this is in here because of Drytron. I hate Drytron. The deck's very annoying. It's very good, but it's very annoying. But that is it, guys, for the deck profile. Let me know in the comments below what other, you know, deck profiles you guys would like to see. I have tons of decks. I mean, if I have the deck, I'll build the profile for you guys to see it. I have a lot of older stuff too. You know, I have Magical Muskets. I have Amazement. I am working on an Amazement profile. I do like the way the Amazements play. They're a little slow right now, so I might come up with like an Amazement Eldritch build. And then I did finish getting my Glads done. I do have my 3 Collector Rare Rabbits. So this next event, they're going to do another OTS Championship. On that event, I will play Glads. Unfortunately for this current event, I wasn't able to record my matches because of where they had everybody sitting at the locals. So hopefully maybe I can talk to the judge at the next OTS Championship that we're going to have. See if he'll let me record my matches, and I'll play Glads for you guys so you guys can see it. But other than that, that's it for this video. I want to, you know, thank you guys for liking, following. Shout out to 2 specific people, Prehistoric Player. I think I said that right. Prehistoric Player, and then Dragonic Sage. I want to thank you 2 for, you know, following me the whole way through, you know, ups and downs. I want to thank the rest of all of you for following me through these ups and downs and being patient with me on recording videos and getting stuff out here to you guys. And so shout out to everybody else who decides to follow, you know, and support this, you know, uprising channel. I love you guys and I appreciate everything. So I will see you guys next time. Peace.